We're in Nepal, in the Himalayas, trekking for 18 days straight, crossing mountain passes, climbing mountains, and trying to capture as much as we can do. We're at 4,800 meters at the moment. We've still got a little bit higher to go. And of course, at that altitude, it really takes it out of you.
Yeah, it's no joke. I have a newfound appreciation for oxygen. I'm so tired.
Honestly, any movement you do really takes it out of you, and every single kilogram up here feels 2 or 3 times heavier as the air is really thin and every single action you do becomes much more difficult and tiring.
Understatement.
Understatement of the month.
Understatement of the month. Absolutely.
Now obviously it is incredible here, and we wanted to make sure we could capture as much as possible while still keeping our gear light. We didn't want to have anything that was surplus and not used, but we wanted to make sure that we had as much range as possible within our gear. And that starts with the Sony A7 IV. Now up here there is a lot of really bright white snow and very dark deep valleys. When the light's changing from sunrise to sunset, and even just in the middle of the day, it can be so bright, as well as having deep shadows, that the dynamic range of this camera has really helped us to capture as much as possible. It's also a camera body that we know, trust, and has familiar feels to it. We can run dual SD cards, making sure that nothing's going to be corrupted. We know the layout, the buttons, we can configure it entirely to our own preferences, so that we've got video and photo easily accessible at the flick of a switch. And out here we're actually shooting at an aperture kind of between 4 and 8, mainly because there's so much depth to every landscape that we want to make sure enough stuff is sharp within the image. But to be honest, it's so bright out here that anything below f4, you probably need to start getting ND filters out just to take photos.
So the first lens we want to talk about is the 28-70. This has been my favourite lens for, I guess, the past 6 months now. The reason I wanted it, because it is on the heavier side. I know we wanted to go lightweight, but I wanted that f2 with the zoom capability. I know he was just saying it's really bright, but there were mornings that we needed it for that lovely blue hour, or that just those dark hiking moments that we wanted to capture, and the f2 really gave us those moments. So that's why I took the risk with this lens, but it was definitely worth for those low light moments.
On the top end of stuff, we've got the 70-200 f4 Mark II. Now this is a lens that's absolutely tiny. When you compare it to the...
This makes more sense for what we're doing. This was too much.
When you compare the two, it's actually really tiny. And the nice thing is it will actually fit in your pocket if you're going out for a little sunrise. Obviously it's not the 2.8, but as we just mentioned, it's very, very rare that you're shooting much lower than an f4, f5 out here anyway. And this has been perfect, lightweight tele lens that you can capture some of the depth, some of the stuff way off in the distance, which is definitely something that we've been doing a lot of out here.
And to give us
Should
extra...
we just wait for this heli to pass over?
Helicopter break. We've also had the 1.4 teleconverter. This has pretty much been on our lens the whole time. It turns the 70-200 into kind of like a 140-350, and it barely adds any weight, and it just gives us that extra bit of zoom that we'd like in these beautiful mountain scenes.
How you doing, boss? Good.
Got one more lens to talk about and then done.
And finally, probably our least used lens out here is a 16-35. Now, neither of us are really super wide shooters, but when you're in a place like this with mountains this big
and this close,
yeah, you do need stuff. We'll pan the camera around in a second and you can take a look at just how big the mountain is there, but it's literally, the summit is up there, so you need that 16 just if you want to be taking landscape shots and getting everything in. It's really, really helpful. We've not used it an awful lot, but it comes in handy those times when you do want to get those massive landscape scenes.
It's really made a difference. So altogether, we're currently filming on the 24-70 as well. So Jack has predominantly had that, and I've had the 28-70. And then we've shared the 16-35 and the 70-200, and that's kind of been our holy trinity, I guess. It's our lightweight setup minus the 28-70, and it's done us wonders on this trip.
Within that setup, we've got everything from 16 all the way up to about 300 and something. From f2 for the slight blue hour, slightly darker scenes, but it's all capable within essentially 2 bodies and 4 lenses. We're hiking over mountain passes, climbing technical, steep trails in air that's thin enough that Even just walking up a flight of stairs gets you completely out of breath.
I've never been so out of breath in my life.
So it's been really, really important to make sure that the gear that we have is really catered towards this hiking, lightweight and fast-paced setup. A lot of the time as photographers, our bags are heavy, as I'm sure you know, and that takes out a lot. So we really wanted to make sure we dialed in the perfect setup for this kind of trekking experience. Bossman's just come and check in on us. Pasang Sherpa, who's...
He wants to leave.
Yeah.
He's always on the go.
And today, working our way around this mountain here, heading up towards Everest Base Camp, which is up at 5,300 meters. So again, we need to make sure we're ready to capture everything we want to.
Don't forget to show them that.
Whilst not completely knackering ourselves out.